listeners. Thank you for joining us. My name is Kelli Taylor, and I'm here with Princeton Hayes. He is a sophomore at Harding Charter Preparatory High School in Oklahoma City, and he is a beatboxer. So we're going to be learning a little bit about what he does today. So, Princeton, what got you into beatboxing?
COVID. COVID
Really?
happened, and I didn't have anything to do. I couldn't go to the basketball court for 4 months. So at the span of 4 months, I watched hundreds of YouTube videos. Then I started really getting into beatboxing from there.
Okay. Who would you say are some of your inspirations?
Definitely Bismarcky.
Okay.
Bismarcky, Codfish, D-Lo. Basically a lot of the legends like Skiller, Reaps One, Darney. Just a lot of more old school beatboxers that kind of pioneered the way.
Okay. So when you say old school style beatboxing, what's the difference in old school beatboxing and maybe like what current people do, or what's different about that?
Oh, they didn't have as many sounds back then. It was way simpler, you know.
And when you say back then, how far back are we actually talking?
Like 20 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. The difference is it's a lot of new sounds. Like there's a sound called the lip roll.
Okay.
And basically the way you do it, it's you kind of take your lip and it's like you're kissing on the side of your lip.
Right.
And you just keep doing that until eventually your upper and bottom lip kind of roll. And it makes this sound. So then you can drag it or you can just do a regular. So. And then once you're really get at it, you can do a lip bass, which is like.
Okay, that was really cool.
Yeah. And it's really good for a crowd. Like if you want to perform, because there's a lot of beatboxers that perform, and the ones that I named perform. And it's very good to get a crowd's attention.
Sure.
Very, very good, because it's a very loud sound. And that's what you really want. You don't want really any quiet sounds, because you don't want the crowd to overbear you, you know.
Right.
And, yeah.
Okay. So you're talking about these different sounds or patterns. What's the most difficult sound that you have tackled so far?
I would say that I'm currently learning is the TKs, but one that I gave up on, but I'm going to try to tackle later, was one, it's basically almost like you're clapping your hands, and you do it with the front of your mouth, and I still don't know how to do it. It's called a spit snare.
Okay.
And it's very good because you can use any sound with a spit snare, any sound. You can lip roll while doing the spit snare, all types of things. And it's also top 5 hardest sounds. Next to another sound called the hollow clap that I tried to do, it's another snare. Snares are really hard to do. It's very hard to learn new ones. Yeah.
So you're basically asking your face to do multiple things at once. So you're isolating all those different muscles.
Yep.
So I teach band, we do a lot of things with our faces, buzzing for brass instruments and all the stuff that you do inside your mouth while you're playing. So I get the isolation and everything, but it just kind of blows my mind that people can do so much just with such a small muscle group. It's really cool that you can do that. So you said you were working on the TK. Do you want to give us a little demonstration of what that sounds like so people know what you're talking about?
So basically the way it goes is like the letter T and then K, and then you kind of take away the T part. So you get the tsk, 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 tsk. And so what it's supposed to sound like is like, but mine doesn't sound that good because I just started a week ago.
Right.
But still, it will get better. But if you've ever heard a professional do it, it's really good. It almost sounds like they're actually playing an instrument.
Right.
Yeah.
What are you currently working on? Did you finish a routine recently?
Yes, I have a little bit of a routine that I've been practicing on. Okay.
Yes. Do you want to give us a little sneak peek at that?
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
I'd love to hear that.
All right. Oh, I didn't.
Does it have a name?
No, it does not have a name.
Do people
yet.
name their beats that they put together? Is that what you call the whole thing? Would you call it a beat? Like, what do you call it? So a routine?
Yeah, you call it a routine, but
Okay.
it's still, it's a beat. But beatboxers like to call it a routine because it might be something that they do often, like on stage to perform.
Okay.
But I don't really have a sound. I don't really have a name for it. But I never told you about this, the throat bass. I'm going to be using the throat bass too. So basically, the throat bass is like, like that. So,
how do you get your vocal cords to do that?
It took a lot of practice. The amount of water I had to drink because it was messing on my vocal cords. But, yeah, I don't really have a name for it.
Okay.
But,
you'll have to fill us in later.
Oh, yes.
Once you name it.
But I'm going to give you a little snippet.
Great.
That's all I got right now.
I wish you could see my screen right now. The sound map of everything. It looks crazy. All right, so for those of you that you obviously can't see Princeton right now, like the hand motions and everything that you're doing, I've noticed a lot of beatboxers are very, they have lots of mannerisms with their, is that pretty common then?
It's kind of a necessity. Because, like, if you're just sitting there beatboxing, it doesn't really get the crowd alive. Like, if you're jumping around, making hand motions. Yeah. It really gets the crowd going.
Okay. Cool. Well, thank you for that. That was super fun. So what would you say to someone who is interested in learning how to beatbox and getting started on that journey?
Don't do what I did and start off with the basics. Because I didn't start off with the basics at all. BTK. Or, like Boots and Cats.
Boots and Cats.
I didn't start off with none of that. And I went straight into the lip roll, which isn't that hard to do, generally speaking. That's one of the first special sounds that anybody ever learns, because it's the easiest. Yeah. But I went straight into that, and then I watched a couple of professional beatboxers, and all of them were like, don't start off with special sounds, start off with the basics, and build up from there, and I didn't do that.
So like so many other things in life, you gotta learn to crawl before you can run, right? Yep. Okay, so we're gonna totally embarrass me. Teach me a thing. Teach me a sound. So, like a basic sound. That's a basic? Y'all can't see his face right now.
Yeah, it's just the letter B, like B.
But are you vocalizing in your throat as well, or just?
So. The way I like to do it is slowly go into the B, but so B, 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 B.
I feel like I'm spitting.
It's almost like you're pushing your lips, but you're not really pushing out with air. It's just your lips, just because basically what you're doing is you're building up pressure. Just
mine just sounds like super airy.
Yeah, it takes a minute before you can really what's the word?
Articulate it.
Yeah.
Just because it makes me feel like I'm just making a spit sound.
Oh yeah, I had to work on that, especially with like lip rolls, because the spit would just
sure,
and I just yeah, but and then you got like the T. It's basically like when you're playing the drums.
Yeah, the hi-hat cymbal sound.
The hi-hat. Yeah. Yep. And K.
So that one, it's just how high your soft palate is in the back of your mouth changes the sound of that. Yeah. Like if a cat hissing it.
Oh yeah.
It raises that sound. It's right?
Yep. So it's I still need to work on the. Oh yeah.
Well, this has been super fun. Thank you for teaching me and our listeners about what you do as a beatboxer. And I look forward to checking in with you later on your journey. All right. Thank you so much. Tune in next time, folks. We'll love to have you back listening to the Marionette Podcasts. This has been Kelli Taylor. Take care. Be safe. We'll see you next time.